Hello everyone, Gage Laverne here, and this is my week 2 video discussion on the group theater. So one of the things that stuck out to me the most this week was really the juxtaposition between the way that theater was being done in Russia and the way that theater was being done in America at the time. So learning about Russia and the Moscow Art Theater, they had lengthy rehearsal processes, and they used complex method acting. The performances were very naturalistic. They used a lot of naturalism, and they were intense performances. You often had months of rehearsals before the show opened at the Moscow Theater, whereas the American Broadway system at the time was basically considered an entertainment factory. So all of the shows on Broadway were very star-based, a lot of star vehicles for one specific actor or actress. And one of the things that Stanislavski and some of the Russians noted when they came over to view theater on Broadway is the difference between the acting of the ensemble in America versus back in Russia. Broadway was fast-paced. They often had very little rehearsal time before opening, and it was quick turnover, short rehearsals, and lots of shows compared to in Russia. In the reading on Clurman and Strasberg and the group theater, my biggest takeaway was I really liked the improv in daily rehearsals and the exercises that they talked about. I really liked the one that talked about creating scenarios based on the play, but not using the full dialogue of the play, but really letting the actors in character improv to get a feel of the setting and the feel of the play. I think that will be a good improv exercise to do in some of my middle school theater classes, where sometimes they have one of the more difficult things for them is being willing to step out of their comfort zone and really portray the characters they are playing versus just being themselves on stage. Another thing I found interesting from the chapter was the conversation between Stanislavski and Adler when she met him. I thought it was interesting that he had changed and progressed the way he viewed some of the methods and the ways and the techniques that he was training his actors on. Definitely moving more toward that connection with actors on stage as opposed to the relying on the emotion memory. And I think that really is able to create a more natural feel and authentic interaction between the actors and the characters on stage, and helps keep the audience right there in the moment, as opposed to the actors having to pull themselves out of the moment to go to think about that emotional memory that allows them to draw on that to portray whatever moment that their character is feeling.